Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to another Khayos Fitness. Even though recently I've not been doing a lot of fitness, if I may be frank, and a lot of it is a compounding problem that I've been having. One of them is still finally recovering from my friend's passing. Pretty much that whole week, I was trying to help the family. It was pedal to the metal, and as I mentioned last time, it wasn't to the we put it all together that it just kind of hit me like really hard, like a sack of bricks. So there was that. And then the other thing that's happened, it is now November. So here in Texas, the temperature suddenly dropped. And if you're asthmatic, do you know what that means where you feel sick all the time? This is Alka Seltzer orange flu. I have been fighting uh, not quite the flu, but flu-like symptoms. But I haven't gotten the fever. But like late at night, I wake up coughing and all kinds of stuff. So I have to be really diligent. So I can't really go outside too much. I did work out inside a little bit. I've been using the treadmill here and there. So there's that part, but it's just not enough for me to be able to put a video like I used to in my garage. The other thing that happened last week is that, as I've spoken about before, I was working a lot of freelance hours. Like sometimes I will start at 6 a.m. and I'll end up at like 10 p.m. at night every day for the last couple weeks. And then now that we're getting closer to the holidays, I mentioned this, it's going to start slowing down. And that's what happened this past week. It just severely slowed down. So I still have one gig that is continuous. It's just not enough for me to cover everything, so I need to have two or three going at the same time. And one of them has been constant, which is a blessing. The other one, again, is getting affected by all those furloughs things somehow. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I don't know if I might or might not have that gig in the future, depending on what's going on, way above my pay grade, which is fine. And then the last one, it's like they kind of call me a la carte, which is totally fine. That's what we agreed on a long time ago. And so I spent all last week trying to drudge up work. It's pretty much what I did. So I was working on my usual, so keeping those bowls up, but at the same time in the background, just trying just to find more little freelance gigs here and there, little projects, just to kind of keep the money flowing. And I'm also dealing with the fact that my computer is starting to kind of hit its limits. So I'm worrying about paying the bills. I use a workstation, not a basic computer, because of the type of stuff that I do. So it's been a lot of compounded problems to the point that my fatigue mentally has been just so bad. Like I went to bed last night. I was already fast asleep at 7:30 p.m. 7:30 p.m. and somehow I did not wake up until around 5 o'clock this morning, which is a miracle because the cats stopped bouncing off from me around 4 a.m. for their food. A couple good things though, I have managed to, somehow lower down our power bill. I know it's not the midst of the summer, but me doing little things like, keeping the curtains closed, closely managing the AC, making sure lights are not turned on, left on, as best as I can, because I can only control so much. And that seemed to have helped out this month, so that's great. And but the good news is, it looks like my fiance might be on track of getting the job that he went to school for. So that is a blessing in disguise. So please pray for us that he does get that. Um, but other than that, that's where I've been at. That's why you haven't seen me. Even now, I'm sitting here. I am literally here in my bedroom with my tortilla. I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt, a jacket, this, and I still feel it in my hands. My hands are like so cold right now, and the AC, the heater, I have it at 70. So yeah, so when I tell you I'm not doing hot, I am not lying. I'm doing hot, but I'm trying to make sure that I don't get the seasonal bronchitis or the seasonal asthma, because this year I have absolutely no medical insurance, and I am trying not to fall prey to that this year, because it will be out of pocket, and it's just an expense that I just don't have it. I don't have it. Mm. So yeah, so I'm just trying to be proactive, not going outside as much, not engaging with people as much, and that's probably what I have to do in the near future. I did started applying for work again last week. I did several um applications, and it's kind of gotten me to look at my portfolio. So that's something that I hope to do during Thanksgiving, to look at my portfolio and redo my portfolio completely so I can be more applicable to employers now, even though there's literally no work. I just don't know how to say there's no work. It's just the same 2 3 jobs that get reposted over and over again, or the same job, posting web pages, reposting it, collecting resumes. There is no work. I don't know how else to say it. There's no work. So, I picked up again. I'm past the 700 mark. I'm heading towards 750. But I'm not as aggressive as I was before. I'm trying to do like 10 a week, because the fact is, you're literally just throwing your resume into the void. It's not giving up, it's just reality. It's just reality. So right now, the best hope that I have to survive this is to continue to draw much a clientele, hopefully set up my LLC for 2026 with a steady stream of clients, and then from there go ahead and how do you say, just continue to build it up until I can land another solid job. And hopefully it won't be like last time where it took me, I was a freelancer from like my 20s to my 30s. I just hope that's not the case. I liked having a full-time job. I enjoyed every second of having a full-time job. And I even told people, it's like, look, shut up, the paycheck shows up, the check shows up. That was my slogan. And I told him, he's like, I don't take any of this for granted. And I never did. I never took the people. And of course, some jobs, it had his good and his bad, but the whole time I was grateful to be there, and I felt super lucky. And because of that, I was able to build up what I needed to survive this hard time right now. And so far, by the mercy of God, he's just giving me lifelines, and I'm just taking every single one of them as best as I can. So I have no room to complain. So it has forced me to start looking at new revenues of income, passive income. So I'm exploring those. But right now the problem is, when everybody's in the same boat, everybody's exploring the same thing. So I already got my channels going. So I'm not sure if you've seen, I have actually outputted more on the other channels than on this one. That's because I am able to output non-physical stuff while I recover my physical body. So that's pretty much where that is. But I'm looking at all kinds of stuff, and it's crazy right now. It's absolutely crazy. So, but anyway, guys, I just want to give you an update. I just want to make sure that you guys don't think that I just fell out of the face of the earth. It's just when the temperature goes from 90 degrees, right now it's 40 outside. So it's going to be high of 60s, lows of 40s, high 30s. That is a huge drop, and a body like mine just doesn't take it very well. And it just feels like I constantly have a flu the whole time. Like everything aches, my mind's foggy, and I'm just trying to operate as best as I can. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys listening to me rant and all this fun stuff. But y'all have a beautiful day. Stay warm, stay safe, and just do the best you can. I'll talk to you later. Peace.